Hey everyone, welcome to another live Pixel Geek stream. I'm your host Nelson. Thank you for joining me. It's Saturday, the first Saturday of 2021. We have made it. Again, I hope you all are staying safe, staying healthy, putting on those masks, and helping everyone else around you stay healthy as well. Yeah, New year. It, so many things to think about when you think about a new year and time and whatnot. But before I get into that deep conversation, I want to say hello to everyone who is in the live chat right now. If you're in the live chat, but you're the type that likes to watch but doesn't want to converse in the live chat room, that's totally fine. Thank you for watching. If you're watching a replay of this, thank you for watching. Other than that, if you're new here, this stream happens every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what we do is just talk about all things, no code, mainly Webflow. But this year, I'm going to see if I can branch out to other things, make that a goal for this year to stream about more things in the no code world. But also, another kind of switch is during my morning announcements, like the intro to these streams, I want to talk about more deep things about self-growth and things that I've learned that really gave me a mindset switch and helped me create a better me the next day. All right. But yeah, before we get into that, I want to say hi to everyone in the live chat. So who's first in the door? Mohammed is first in the door. Hi, everyone. Hello to you, too. Eli is here. Colleen, my wonderful producer slash live stream moderator. Thank you for helping me out. Michael is here. I don't think I've seen Michael's name before. Michael Serrano, welcome. Happy New Year and greetings from the Netherlands. Yes, Netherlands. Designing websites in Webflow with a new iPad Air just for fun. You can design Webflow sites in iPad now? I thought you can't drag some of the things like the margin and padding things. I thought you can't drag it in yet. Maybe that's been fixed. Ooh, I want to try it out with my own iPad if I can get it from my toddler daughter who just watches and plays games on that thing. So Barry Pathy is here. Well, hello from the UK. You're a new person here. Welcome. Junio is back. Yes, Arturo's back. Yes. Happy Año Nuevo, everyone. Yes, to you as well. Yeah, so if you're new here, welcome, and let's go into... Oh, wait, I want to say thank you. Always gotta spread that gratitude. So thank you to the current members of the Pixel Geek community. So the Pixel Pros, Yasuyuki, Anto, Mason, Yindrik, Amanda. Thanks to the Pixel Geek members, Chris, Jeremy, Ash, Art, Dalvin, Christian, Brian, Stephen, Kate, Martin, Mackenzie, Luke, and of course, Penny. If you want to support this stream, support this channel, please go to pixelgeek.community and join to be a member. You'll be able to access a exclusive chat board where I'll be there to help you out with your web design business or any other questions about the no-code world in between these streams. So it is a paid membership, so you are supporting everything that I do. And with your support, we can make these streams even bigger and better and do even more things. So please consider joining. All right. So thanks again to the Pixel Pros and Pixel Geeks of the community. All right. Another way you can support, it's down there, buymeacoffee.com/pixelgeek. They have this new stream integration where if you donate a coffee to this stream, it'll show up in the middle of the screen right here. So if anyone wants to try it out, go ahead, go to that page and donate. You'll see your name and your message right there. Yeah, let's see here. We have Dicky Juwono is here. Welcome, you're a new name. Hi there, Happy New Year as well. Jake Rockwell is new. Keith is new. Yes, so many new names. and avatars. Welcome. All right, so let's start out with this thing called a new year. I want to talk about a year, which is time. And I started to think about time more deeply, and what does it mean for us humans? What does it mean for a new year? What is time? I mean, time is just something created by humans, right? I mean, we created the calendar. We didn't create the seasons. We didn't create the way the Earth spins or where it is in relation to the orbit of the sun. We didn't create any of that, but we created a thing called a calendar to help us understand when we should plant seeds, when do animals go from one place to another, and we notice these patterns happening over and over again. And one thing that blew my mind, I was watching like I don't know, was a Vsauce or something like that, uh when they said when oh wait, where's my screen? No. Hello, screen. Hold on. No, what happened to my screen? Did I screw up this stream? Hold on. Oh, fail stream. This happens. Game capture. Hello? Hold on. Oh, jeez. I guess I don't have a screen. Oh, sweet. Hold on. What? I'm so confused right now. You are connected to here. Okay, we're gonna do live tech support. How are you feeding oh, jeez. Plug it and unplug it. Plug it and All right, you know what? Let's take a quick commercial break. I'm going to restart my Streamlabs. Wow. That's not cool. Okay, I'll be back. If I end stream, am I going to end it for the whole thing? No. I was on a roll. Ah. What can Nelson do? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my notes and everything on my other screen and see if I can just stream off of my streaming PC. Ooh, this is going to be... Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. I don't want this stream to fail. Why is that not working? Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Back on it. All right. Let me see here. Let me bring this up. New window. Trashing that. Go here. And let me move everything over. Colleen, I'm sorry. Everyone in the live chat room, I'm sorry. We're doing this live. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay, and let me go back to here. And let me just switch the screen to be... let's see here. Window capture? Let's see here. This browser. And we'll use Chrome. And we're good. And then this one will go behind my webcam. Doing it live. Okay. And now I got to get the chat back on the other side. Oh. Okay. I'm definitely going to cut all of this out for the stream clips. Oh. Okay. We got this. So let's pretend none of that actually happened. All right. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I have the chat back. Let me put this on a bigger screen. Yeah, and I was thinking of making a YouTube video about like how I do my streams and all my setup and how everything is like streamlined. Yeah, I jinxed it. All right. Let's back up. Hello to Ripple Effect. Happy New Year to you as well. Nick is new here. Nick, we created the sun. Yes, we did not. No, but we created stars. If you think about it, and it's called light. We're able to create light with the flick of a switch now, thanks to LED. But before then, it was just candles. But we were able to bring the stars to the ground, if you think about it that way. Fa Che, hey there, Happy New Year. Happy New Year as well to you from Norway. Nice. Brian Fitch, happy 2021. All right, okay, so caught up with the chat. Why do I have this here? So I wanted to talk about New Year. You know, what is a year? How I think about things. So yeah, if you think about it, the new year is just an orbit of the sun, and we created a calendar to figure out when is a great time to plant seeds, to make food, to hunt for food, because we noticed that there's patterns of animals going from one place to another. They keep migrating for some weird reason depending on the seasons. And we notice as humans, there's 4 seasons. There's not 5, there's not 3, there's 4. So how do we break that up? And we've created a calendar, and then there was different calendars, and then we created a Gregorian calendar. And the part that blew my mind, and I was watching like Vsauce or something like that, was like, wait a minute, United States didn't use the Gregorian calendar until 1752. And which also broke my brain was, wait a minute. So there is no actual day between September 2nd and September 14th. So September 3rd to the 13th is gone. There's no such thing as that. So that time, we think about it, there's time. Those days do not exist in United States. And I'm like, what is time? You know? And then like I'm thinking about it more, like, okay, so what is a Martian year? What is a Martian year? And so a Martian year, I have a point to all this, don't worry. So a Martian year, I'm like, wait, it takes 687 days for Mars to go around the sun. So if you're on Mars, life is different than Earth, obviously. And then another thing that broke my brain was how long is an Earth day? And it's not 24 hours. It never was 24 hours. We just say it's 24 hours because it's close enough. It's actually 23 hours and 56 minutes. Because, like, all that extra... So the Earth doesn't spin at exactly 24 hours, but I was grown up to think, oh yeah, 24 hours. So anyways, what is the point of all this? My point is, there's no such thing as a new year. To me, it's just a human construct of, hey, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ball drops, yay, everyone celebrate, right? And then people start creating these things called New Year's resolutions. And it's like, okay, New Year's resolution, I'm going to start working out on January 1st. And, on December 1st, it's like, okay, I made it through the year, and you know what? I haven't reached my goal. So, you know what? I'm going to motivate myself. January 1st, I'm going to do it. But what really happens during those resolutions? They usually fall off before the first month of the year is done. And so you're like, well, I'm a failure. Oh, well, I'll try next year. And it's like, you're basing your goals off of a human constructed thing, you know? So if you were living on Mars, then your goal would be set way further than an Earth year. If you're on Mercury, you'd be dead. But, or Venus, it would be shorter, right? Because it's a smaller orbit. So why create a New Year's resolution? To me, I say don't. Don't create a New Year's resolution. This year, don't say, I'm going to do XYZ. This is my new goal starting this year, like starting right now. Those don't work. Those don't work. What I think works is what I listened to an audiobook of James Clear, Atomic Habits. And the one most powerful thing I got from that book was 1% every day. Do something better for yourself, 1% better than you do every day. For example, like, what if if you haven't ran a marathon, don't expect to run a marathon in a month. What if you can get off your couch and walk for 2 minutes? Then maybe tomorrow, the next day or whatever, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5, 10. You see where I'm going with this? Small little goals that you can set, and when it comes to web design, click on a button you've never clicked on before. Read a small little tutorial about jQuery, JavaScript, or try a free trial of a new no-code tool, Just do a little bit of it, or you can listen to a podcast. Just 2 minutes, 5 minutes of it, not including the ad, but 5 minutes of it, and stop it. Just stop right away and see how you feel. Do you like it? Are you into it? Do you want to invest more time in it? Then do so the next day, or the next hour. Read a couple pages in a new book, but just stop after that amount of pages that you feel comfortable with at that moment. And then, is it right for you? Do you want to dive in deeper? That's up to you. So what I'm saying is, these New Year's resolutions, they don't really work. But you can set a new goal. And if you're always saying, like, I'll start next year, you know what? Try saying, I'll start on it tomorrow. Or start on it the next hour. Or start on it now. Because when you think about it, a new year is just the earth going around and us trying to understand, when do we plant? When do we plant seeds so we can have more food and streamline this process? And if you think about it even deeper, your new year is actually your birthday. And that's when you start, when you start a new orbit around the sun. Because that's you. That's when you start. You don't start when everyone else did. So, just my deep thought. Let me go to chat before we get into today's stream topic. Let's see here. Wait, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Let's see here. How come Colleen isn't a moderator? There's a glitch in YouTube. All right, let's see. Whoa, a lot of chat. Stick to what you're good at, Pixel Geek. I'm trying. But I want to venture out and become better at other things. Happy New Year. Okay. Time is just a web animation on loop. Is it? All right, every moment it's a good moment to start something. Yes, Michael. Okay, let's get into the topic. So, as you can see, today's topic in the title below, how to choose the right Webflow template. All right, and get my notes. There you are. Copy link. I'm really trying to do this live. No, I don't want that. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's see here. Does that work? Okay. All right, so you see my notes on the screen, but whatever. Yeah, how to choose the right Webflow template. So if you're new to Webflow, and you're just jumping in, welcome. But then there's a lot of people who are marketers or graphic designers who don't want to start from a blank template because you're just trying to get into this no code world. And I understand. It's confusing because it's like, wait, everything was all about code and now you're telling me don't use code? What are we doing? So I get it. So you're jumping into Webflow, and the first thing you want to do is like, let me just start from a template because it's easier to dip my toe in, and something's already built for me. The layout's already done, and all of these look pretty. So I'm just gonna buy one or clone one and just change stuff and call it a day. But hold on, before you do that, I want to tell you the steps to choosing the right Webflow template for you, your portfolio site, or your business, or for your client. All right. So, number one, do not go here. Do not go to webflow.com/templates. That should not be your first step. And the reason why is because your first step should be finalizing your copy, finalizing your content and your images and your colors. The colors and the images and the content should not be coming from the template. These templates are designed in a very generic way. All right. They're meant to be a one size fits most type of deal. So you probably hear this before, but content is king. Yes, content is king. Make sure that the words, the copy of your website is complete. Then make sure that you have the supporting images, whether it be for your portfolio site, photos, a headshot of yourself, images of your case studies, of your before and afters, like if you worked on a website for your client and this is what their website looked like before, and after you finished it, this is what it looks like after, or logos that you've done. You have like sketches, you have some rough drafts, or UX case studies where you're doing a full flow and you have like all these sketches of how you did your stuff. So have all that stuff ready to go before even going to webflow.com/templates. All right. And, oh man, wait. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So don't go to webflow.com/templates before having your content ready. All right. So that's step one. Don't go to webflow.com/templates. Step two, finalize your content and images, colors. Oh, and your wireframes. All right. Make sure that you have some sort of organized way to lay out your content as people are scrolling down the page. Step three, that is when you go to webflow.com/templates. Okay? So this is when you get here and you're like, okay, now that I have my content ready, I want to see which one will fit the content that I have. So this is where, you're in the store and you're browsing. You're like, which one will fit? So if you're new to Webflow, you've never dived into Webflow before, this may start to get confusing for you because everything looks really good. Like say I want to start from, let's go to kickback. I don't know, I'm just choosing a random one. So I'm going to go to this and you're like, ooh, I like it. Let me see what it looks like in the browser. So you go here and you're like, oh my God, everything looks good. Everything looks super clean. And you know what? This works for me. But before you even click buy, there's this button right here. Click on Preview Designer. Okay, so when you click on Preview Designer, you're actually entering the Webflow UI. So this is the actual template built inside of Webflow, and you can actually manipulate the whole template. However, none of your changes will be saved. So when you go to a different page or refresh the browser, none of your changes that you've made to play around with this template will be saved because it's a read-only mode, right? So when you're here, things start to get confusing. Even if you click on this big headline right here and you're like, what is all this? Okay. And so you might be thinking, all right, I want to change some words. So you can double click, change some words. Oh, okay. That's easy. Now, if you want to do a different layout, like, hey, I want to put this to the left and I want to put this to the right. I want like a 2-column look. You can't just drag it anywhere you want. So things start to get confusing because you're like, hey, I'm dragging stuff, but it's not, I want a 2-column thing. Webflow is different, all right? This is when you would have to understand how to use Webflow. And there's so many resources out there to help you get started with Webflow. However, if you're just diving into Webflow and you need to get a website out quickly, templates are the way to go, but don't expect to fully customize the layout to what you need, all right? Because you need to understand the fundamentals of web design, which is HTML and CSS, and you also need to understand how to use Webflow. And Webflow is a way to take the power of HTML and CSS and manipulate web pages without writing that code. So that's where the whole no code thing comes in, all right? So a lot of marketers and graphic designers get confused by this because they're trying to move things on the canvas as they would like on Figma, Sketch, Photoshop or something. No, Webflow doesn't work like that, all right? But look through their pages. Go through each of these pages and scroll down and see if the flow of the content fits the flow of your content, okay? So there's the content of the template and there's your content. Because as you can see, you can double click easily and change words. And that is the easiest, most straightforward way to manipulate a template. Just double click something, even images, replace image, and there you go. Or replace text. But if you want to start messing around with layouts, that's when it gets tricky. All right, so go through each page and see if the flow of content makes sense. What's cool about Webflow, though, is that if you see a layout, for example, this has 2 columns, I'm like, yeah, we want this 2 columns to be higher. We want it to be like right after the first row. There's this navigator right here where you can navigate around all of the elements on the page. And yes, there's a lot, but this is the same thing as writing code. Okay, so I'm going to take this section and I can actually just bring it up 2 sections. Click and drag, and there we go. Actually, you want to put this up even more. There we go. So now, let me pin it real quick. There we go. So now this section is row number 2. And if you like this row, you like that 2-column row, you can copy and paste it. And so now I have 2 of the exact same layouts. And also I can change the text however I want. So this is how you would start to manipulate without customizing completely the layout. You can take whatever layout that the template has and copy and paste it into anywhere else. All right. So if you see a layout on a completely different page, you can still copy that section from one page and go over to another page anywhere in that same project and paste it anywhere you want. All right. So this is a way for you to take whatever's already built and play and kind of play around with the layout that fits your content. Okay. So again, look through all the pages, look through all their layouts. There's a lot to choose from, a lot to look through, and so really research the template that you want. Okay. Another thing to do when you're going through all of these templates is, and I'm gonna make this really as clear as possible. Ignore all of the colors on the template. Ignore that it's a dark theme. Ignore that it's a light theme. Ignore that it's pastel colors. Ignore all the colors. Okay, so that's the next part. The other thing to ignore is images. All right, ignore all of the images, all the photography, all the stock images. Ignore all of that in a template. Those images are just there to make things look nice and clean and polished. They are not there for you. They are there to help sell the template. All right. There's many times when people, including myself, have been enticed. A long time ago, I used to buy Flash. Remember Flash? It already died last year, but I remember trying to make my own portfolio site, and I would go to templatemonster.com and just buy Flash intros and Flash websites. And then at the end of during the middle of manipulating the Flash template, I'd be like, why doesn't this look good? And then I realized, now I realize, oh, it doesn't look good because I don't have the right images. Like, the images don't look polished. My images that I'm uploading aren't good. So again, ignore those images. Those are not for you. You have to see what it looks like with your images. Now, the thing with the Webflow read-only mode is that you can't upload your own images and see how it looks. So you're just gonna have to take the template how it is right there and try to imagine what your images will look like inside of that template. Also, those colors. Okay. And lastly, ignore any of the animations. If the Webflow template has any flashy animations, parallax scrolling, mouse movement, parallax, hover, any type of preloaders, any of those things, ignore them. Again, ignore them, because those animations might not be for you. It might not help sell your content. It might even distract from your content. Okay. So again, ignore the colors because you can change them. All right. Ignore the images because you'll have to change them, and ignore the images because they might not work for you. All right. So just look for templates that fit your content. All right. Moving on. I already went through that. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I'll throw my, how satisfied are you with Notion? Very satisfied. Okay. So what are the different types of templates you can get? So you can get UI kits. And what UI kits are is very big templates, right? Very big templates that have a lot inside of them. So for example, if you go here, again, if you turn off preview mode and then you go to the navigator panel, you'll see that there's a lot to look through. So if I scroll down, there's different layout sections. There's different types of landing pages. If you go here, there's many different types of landing pages, many different types of child pages, like for example, things with search or things with a right side right side content box. There's things with contact pages, and there's so many layouts to choose from. And so UI kits is really good if you just want a huge amount of layouts that you can just copy and paste into your pages. Okay, so yeah, this one is, I mean, look at how many pages you get. Crazy. See, and if you need different sections, like say I want a section like, so here are hero rows. Hero row is like the first row of your pages. So here's one you can copy paste. Here's another section. Here's another. So yeah, so many things that this template designer has created, and it's really, really nice. But again, these illustrations might not work for you. These photos are not for you. This right here, this Trustpilot thing, that's fake, because this does not have a Trustpilot. None of the Webflow templates have any third party. They're not allowed to have any third party widgets installed. So don't think that Trustpilot is already installed on this. It's not. If you see any templates that have any like fake Instagram feeds or Facebook feeds or whatever, any third party widget that is designed inside of these templates, they're fake. All right. You need to add them yourself. And usually third party widgets are a third party payment that you have to sign up for. Like, for example, for an Instagram feed, you would either need to do it through Zapier or was it Light Feed or Light Widget or something like that, where you have to pay $10. So yeah. But there's so many things to play around with. All right. So yeah, UI kits, good if you just want a bunch of sections that already have layouts already pre-built for you. There's also portfolio ones, and this one I chose to show you because it's really nice and simple. So it's the artist, and again, you can just easily manipulate any of these things, or even choose a different homepage. So you have 5 home pages to work with, like this one. It's very clean, you know. And one thing I didn't like about this template, though, again, I am not a fan of anyone who uses percentages for their portfolio sites, because this means nothing. What is 41% of lead generation? Like, who has ever made it to 100%? Because once there's like a 90%, if someone's at 90, that means that there's something beyond 100%, because there's always something new to learn. No one is 100% in web development or illustration. Like, who knows 100% of every single type of web development code out there? There's always a new one every day. Does anyone know 100% of CSS? No. So I would definitely delete this section. And if you have a section like this on your current portfolio page, please delete it. No one. This means nothing. It means nothing. I'm just being honest. It means nothing. But this artist one right here, besides this part, really, really nice. Okay. Here, let me help. Cool. Gone. All right. So there's those. And another cool thing about these templates is they're already mobile responsive. So, I mean, you don't have to do much. Okay. Lastly, e-commerce. Okay, so CMS e-commerce type of templates. So when you get one of these, you immediately already have CMS collections created for you. Okay, so this helps you so you don't have to create these databases, aka Webflow collections, from the beginning. They're already pre-made. The structure is already pre-made for you. So all you have to do is fill it in. But if you need to start adding new custom fields, then you'll need to start understanding how to use Webflow collections and how to structure it and what each collection field means. But if you're okay with what's there already, and that's why I'm saying research the template before you even buy it, go through it and see does my content, if like I have a blog, does the content fit the blog structure, or will I need to add or delete any of the database fields or collection item fields? All right, and everything is already preset for you when it comes to, say, e-commerce. For example, this right here, you have your collection list and it's showing all of your products. Okay, and the products are not shown in the CMS collection, but they're actually shown in here, the shopping cart. So if I go to products, then all of those fake products are already in here. So again, if your store content fits this structure, then you're good to go. If it doesn't, but you still like this template, then you'll need to change some stuff about the product structure, database structure, before you get into this. Okay? So those are the type of things. Let's see here. Two more things. Yeah, two more things. So now that you understand what to look for when it comes to a template, let me show you some templates that I like, that I would strongly recommend. And then I'll show you some templates that I don't recommend if you're new to Webflow. So this first one right here is by Mackenzie Child, and I am using it for pixelgeek.community. It's the tele video website template. And the reason why I like this is because if I preview it, look at that. No animations. Let me go here. Scroll down. Look at that. No animations. I mean, there's an animation for a hover, but there's no fancy preloader. There's no crazy parallax scrolling. It's just very straight to the point type of layout. Straight to the point. It's big. You have sticky position. And another reason why I like it is if I go to components, you have a folder for components, I have different choices for the hero row. Do I like a two-column row? Yes. And he uses grid instead of flexbox, which I'm a huge fan of. Grid all day. If you're going to use flexbox, I would suggest flexbox inside of a grid. And I think I've explained it in a previous YouTube video, but yeah. And if you're asking questions right now, Colleen is taking notes for me, jotting them down, and I'll answer them after I'm done with these steps. But yeah, so Telly is really, really, really good. Again, it's so straightforward. Like if you want testimonials, there, you got them. You can just copy the whole section and you're done. Okay? There's nothing fancy about it, you know? And to me, that's what I like. For a portfolio site, I like this one, Nero, and my virtual assistant's brother actually used this for her, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Again, let me preview it. Simple animations, okay? It's not too crazy. We don't have parallax scrolling happening, and anyone can just simply double click, change the hero row, or change the photo of themselves. Double click, change the type. I mean, it is clean. I would strongly recommend this one. Okay, so Nero. And look at that. There's only 2 pages, but I mean, you have different variations. But if you're just starting out with Webflow, this is a great place to start because again, it's simple. Don't fall in love with the crazy ones because the crazy ones will mean that there may be some crazy editing involved. All right, so Nero's a good one. The Surface for a startup website is another one that I enjoy. So I would recommend this one. Again, as you can see, you can probably tell right now, simple. Nothing crazy, just straight to the point. Okay, so let me look at a landing page, a random one. All right. Has a nice layout with boxes overlaying each other, but it's not that hard to edit. So if I go here, for example, this one is using grid. Nice. Double click, change the image, double click, change the quote. Good to go. And if it's a slider, you can easily go and slide between the different quotes. Okay. Here we go. So those are the ones I suggest. Telly, Nero, and Surface. Now, what are the ones that I do not suggest? And again, this is not to call out or say don't use these templates. I'm saying if you're new to Webflow, stay away from these templates because they're crazy. If you're advanced in Webflow, then you'll know how to edit this. But if it's your first time inside Webflow and you're getting a template, stay away from these because then you're going to have so many questions and you may get frustrated. You may get frustrated and you're like, why did I pay all this money for this template? And then it's confusing. Here you go. All right. Actually, before I get into this, let me check the questions. See if because there's probably a lot. Let's see here. Let me go to Notion. Oh, actually, no. Go to my other screen. Notion. Okay. Wait, where did it... Oh, there it is. Wait, where's the... No, Colleen, where's the questions? Oh, there you put them in. Okay. Oh, Michael, about the iPad Air. Yes, for fun, you can use a keyboard and mouse with your iPad. Wait, you can? I didn't know that. Brian Fritsch, it's all marketing. Yes. And I like to be as honest as possible when it comes to anything that happens on the internet. Let's see here. General comments related to stream. Okay. Michael saying, but the style sheets can be restyled, and this gives you a fast start. All websites are templates in the end. Exactly. Every website needs building blocks, finally, drop-down heroes, etc. Yep. Okay, unanswered questions. Okay, so nothing else about this topic. So let me finish up this topic and we'll get on to the other questions. All right. So if you're new to Webflow and you're like, ooh, this one looks really cool. If I preview it, okay, that's pretty cool. There's animation. And then I'm like, if I scroll down, wait, I'm scrolling. Why isn't it scrolling? I'm confused. The reason why is this design is actually a slider. So if I click up and down on this slide, it does that. And it's like, oh, okay, that's different. All right, cool. but I only see this. So how do I edit the slide? Well, if you look at this slide right here, I go like this, I can go in between the slides. Cool. All right, so let's double click and change the name. Change. So this person is actually, my name is John Smith, you know, like, okay, cool. I'm going to change the image. Oh, wait, I'm trying to double click. I can't change the image. I'm clicking. I can't change the image. I'm confused. How do I change the image? Well, the image is actually, it's not even there. It's actually, whoa, where is the, oh, there it is. Hero right. It's actually a background. It's actually a background image on hero right. So, I mean, even if I was confused for a second, how many minutes or even hours will it take for someone who's new to Webflow to understand how to change this image? Now let's go to the next slide. If I go here, I'm like, okay, my mind has already told me that I can double click on the text and change it. So I want to change this. Wait a minute. Why am I clicking and I can't change this? And why is this purple? So this is why I'm like, I don't suggest this for anyone who's new to Webflow, is because this content right here, because it's purple, is actually coming from a CMS collection. And then you would change it here. So you would change all those texts that I showed you in the first slide. You actually have to change it for the other slides here. And it's like, oh, okay. All right, that's cool. So I changed these, but what if I want to delete one or add one? What if I want like 7 on the homepage? Well, if you add one, it won't add it to the homepage. You have to manually add it by copying a slide and pasting it. So copying and pasting a slide, and then you would have to go to the collection list wrapper, change the slide number to equals 05, and now you have slide number 5. And then you would have to do it for slide 6. And if you delete one, then you have to delete a slide. And I think that's easier to do. Yeah, it's easier to do to delete, but then it just gets crazy. So again, there's no dynamic slider inside of Webflow. So that's why I'm like, if you're new, this is not the one for you. All right. Another one to stay away from if you're new, this one. And again, it's because of crazy animations. Okay, so if I preview, all right, that preloader. Okay, so let me make it bigger. Okay, so let me scroll down. So it's pretty cool. Okay, now let's see how to edit it. So I'm gonna double click. Okay, cool. Whoa. Okay, wait. Okay, cool. Okay. So I've edited the text on the back. Now I want to edit this, but significant. I'm double clicking on it. Confusing. I don't want that big word. I don't want to change that big word. I want to change the small word, and so it's because this is overlaying the smaller one. Like, how do I get to the smaller one? I don't know. I don't know. So if I preview, like, what's happening? It says okay, cool. But then the okay, cool is going back to the old word, and it's because this is right here. It says hero heading, and you have to edit it twice. So it's confusing to someone who's new. It doesn't make sense. All right. So, Byra, really cool if you really understand Webflow. Really confusing if you don't. And like, look at all of these letters are a different element that you have to edit. Yeah. Confusing. Confusing. All right, last one. Agencia. Okay, so this one's pretty nice and clean, right? So if I preview it, nice and clean, but we have that image that is following me. That's cool. And the image changes based on which line I'm on. Am I on line 1, 2, or 3? All right. So let's go ahead and try to edit it. So I'm like, okay, let's edit the image. Double click, hero. Wait a minute. How do I edit this image? So double click, I want to replace it. Do I go here and replace it? No. So where do I replace it? Where do I replace it? I don't know, right? Where you actually replace it is because its component is you click it once and it's here in the symbol overrides. So this is where you can replace the things. For replacing text, you can do that. That's easy. But then this part is kind of hard. Now, if you have a preloader, you know, if you saw that if you preload, cool, it has that thing. What if you want to change the name inside of it? You have to go inside of preloader, and then it's like, okay, I double click preloader, but where is it? I don't see it. It's actually right here. You have to turn it on with Flexbox, and then you can go ahead and change the logo. But if you know, if you're just starting out with Webflow, you'd be like, oh, okay, I didn't know that, but thanks for letting me know. And then after that, you have to turn it off. Or else if you leave it on, then you're breaking the interaction. So that's what I'm saying. Again, the 3 things. Ignore colors. You can change them. Ignore images because you'll need to change them. And ignore interactions and animations because it may make things confusing and hard to understand how to update. And if you're just getting into Webflow, just get the ones that are simple. All right. In the end, just like Michael said, websites are just components or just layouts that are just smashed together. So look for the one that fits your content. And if you're looking for free components or templates, then there's a couple places you can try out. You can you log into Webflow and click on Showcase, and then click on Clonable. And then lastly, Most Viewed. And there's a bunch of UI kits that you can just click Clone, and there you go. You have it for free. And you can play around with those however you want. Okay? So, clonable stuff. Also, there's this place called flowbase.co where you can get more clonable things. Some are paid for, some are free. All right. Oh, and the clonable ones on Webflow, those are free. The ones here, it depends. Like, I think Hatch you have to pay for now. Can I clone it? Yeah, he turned it off. So, yeah, wait, clone project. Oh, you can still clone it. Cool. So you can clone Hatch for free. The one by Mackenzie Child. The CMS job board, that's free. This pitch one is free. So yeah, there's a lot of free clonable templates that you can get if you're new to Webflow and you just want to still try it out. And pixelgeek.community, I have a bunch of free stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. It doesn't work. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Cool. So yeah, just look around the internets for free clonables and test it out. And then if you see something that you want to buy from the Webflow templates, then at least you know what to look for before committing to that purchase. Whoa, okay. So I know that's a lot of information, but hopefully those 3 things that I explained over and over are the most that you get out of this, which is don't worry about the colors. Don't worry about the images, and don't worry about the animations. You can add all of those later. Just make sure your content fits the template. Okay. All right. Let's get into comments and questions. Let's see here. Mohammed, there are many calendars actually. Yes. Hindu calendar, Islamic calendar, and many more. Yes, there's so many different calendars, but for some reason the Gregorian calendar won out and the whole world celebrates New Year on that same exact second based on the time zone and the Earth's rotation. Time. Yeah. Yeah. And don't get me into talking about first, second, third, and fourth dimension, because then yeah, I'll be talking for hours. All right. Michael saying every moment it's a good moment to start something. Yes. Yes. Whatever moment you're in right now, start something new. Learn something new. And that's the main point of all these streams. If I can help you click on something new, think about something new, or have a mind-blowing moment, I've done my job as a human being, and hopefully you can pass that forward and share your knowledge so that someone else can have those new moments, those new mind-blowing moments. And then they would share it, and so on and so on. All right. Did I see Saturn and Jupiter come together? Yes. It was amazing. It wasn't completely together, but it was close. Let's see here. Other questions. Artem, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Will it be possible in the future to copy select HTML elements in the navigation bar by analogy with layers in Figma? Oh, yeah. So I'm guessing you're talking about, let me see here. Let me open something up in Webflow. So are you saying you want to like click on something here and then hold shift or command and then like select all of these sections all at one time? Yeah, you can't do that inside of Webflow. You can only do that inside of Webflow interactions, but not inside of the navigator. A lot of people want that to happen. I myself included want that, but it's not there yet. Yeah, maybe one day, but and if I'm answering your question wrong, or I'm not completely, yeah, how do you select several elements in Navigator at once? Yeah, you can't do that, Artem. Yeah, I wish you could. Let's see here. Next question. I don't know who asked it. Okay, Shashi is asking, can I make multi-level marketing site with Webflow and MemberStack? Multi-level marketing, isn't that pyramid scheme? Or are you talking about how can I create multi-networks? Oh, okay. So, for instance, you're like Vox Media, and then you have all these properties. Let me show you real quick. So, say you're like Vox Media, right? And then you have all these companies like Curb, The Cut, Eater, Grub Street, Polygon, The Verge. So you have all of these other websites. So you're a big company, and then you have a bunch of networks inside of that big company. Can you make that happen inside of Webflow? And the answer is, yeah. Yeah. It's not as straightforward as you think. How I would do this, like say I had a client that was like, yeah, I have 10 sister company. I have like 10 companies for this one company. All right. So make that happen inside of Webflow. How would I do that is the main website. Yeah. I would have a team plan inside of Webflow, and I would just make all of the websites in that team plan. And then I would just have different projects for each of the websites. Yeah. So yeah, you can do that. It's just that you need a professional or a team plan, and then you have all of these websites in one dashboard. And then that's it. Yeah. So, yeah. And can it be made with Webflow and MemberStack? Yes, it can. Marvin, I just restored from a backup. Now my CMS links don't work. How can I fix, or how can I get advice on what to do? I posted in the forum, but I've received no responses. Ugh. Yeah, I get honestly, like, I also get scared when I restore from backup, and because Webflow assigns these IDs to each collection item. And so when you have that all feeding into other third party platforms like MemberStack or Circle or Zapier or something like that, they might, yeah, they might get broken. So how to fix this? Man, you may have to, ooh, you may have to go one by one and see how to fix it. If you can, yeah, if you can show me an example of what's broken, maybe I can try to troubleshoot this live. We do have 45 minutes, so yeah. Marvin, post your read-only link in the live chat, or somehow send it to Colleen. Michael, which browser do you use when you work with Webflow? I use Chrome. I use Chrome on both Mac and PC. I use I use Webflow for the first time in Safari in the iPad, and it's working super smooth. Didn't expect that to be true. I'm gonna try this out right after the stream, because that sounds pretty fun. Okay. Questions from Mohammed has his own section in the notes. Well, okay. Mohammed, if my clients want to hire me, can I design their website on a free account by just adding? Yes. I did a whole video on this, Mohammed. Look for my YouTube video all about client billing, or just search Webflow client billing. Can you tell me what cookies are and what advantages? Cookies are really good to eat, but in moderation. Just kidding. So this is something that you would I would suggest you Google, because basically cookies is a way to save data on your user's computer and for your website to access later. For example, if you log into a website, after you log in, a cookie is made on your computer, and so you don't have to log in again next time you visit that website. If your cookies are enabled, you can just enter the website without putting in your login name and password. It's just already saved as a cookie inside of your computer and sends that data to the website, and then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's the same person. But yeah, Google search that one. How to create preloader where images show up after that stripe movement from Baya. Yeah. How to add where images show after stripe movement. Let me look at that template again. Oh, this one, yeah. Where to add the images. Again, it's complicated. Hero section. Let me see. Is it under... Nope, it's not a background. So it's the hero slider. So it's under hero slide. Nope, it's not there. Nope, it's not there. Background for a slide. So there it goes. So each slide is my... Yeah. Let me just hide this. Where are you, camera? Gone. Okay, so each slide has a background element, and that's where you edit the background image. All right. But if you weren't advanced in Webflow, if you're just getting into new to Webflow, yeah, it may be confusing. It's like, how do I get to that image? I'm trying to double click it. Well, it's actually CSS. It's not an inline image. All right. And there you go. All right. All right. Sam Taylor, I've been having some issues using Luxy.js, using my site to lag with the use of interactions. Have you had any experience of this with this? I've never used Luxy.js. I do not know what Luxy.js is. Let's see here. Oh. Okay, it's adding some smoothing to the experience. So some inertia. Okay, I might use this. Pretty cool. But you're saying it's ruining the experience with Webflow. So 11.12 new. 11.12. Okay, so I'm guessing. So where is it breaking? Do you have any errors? No errors. Yeah, I don't. What's the problem? Ooh, very classy. I can't see the. I don't know where to close. I'm clicking. The close is very hidden. Scroll to discover. Okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Not sure what the question is. Lag of the interactions. I don't see any lag. Can you be more specific? Because it seems to be working well. Jordy, what's your story? Where did you start? Which programs did you use in the past? Just really curious. Um, what, I did a couple of podcasts. I also did a YouTube interview. What's his name? It's RR. Oh no, I can't believe I forgot his name. Hold on. My whole story, well, most of it. There we go. Found him. Let me link his. Where's his YouTube channel? There we go. Okay. And let's see here. Aha. Found it. Go to chat. There you go. So my story's right there. Yeah. So I did a interview and on that YouTube channel, and I explained my story. If you want the short version, when I was 13, someone said, "Hey, I made a AOL member page," and I was like, "Cool, how'd you do it?" And then I just got curious about other things about web design. I was like, "Oh, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you? Oh my God, how do you do that? How do you do that?" And I basically did the whole and I didn't even know I was doing it, but did the whole 1% better each day because I wanted to learn something new. Web design, there's always something new to learn, and it's to me, it's like a new toy to play with every day, a new trick, a new tool. And as far as tools go, yeah, as far as tools go, I would say, where is it? Yeah. Oh, where did I start? I started, yeah, I started from home. I don't know what you mean by that. Where did you start? I guess AOL would be where I started. Then I went to GeoCities, and then it was just a crazy ride ever since then. Which programs did you use in the past? All the way from, again, AOL, GeoCities to Front Page, MS Access, WordPress, Dreamweaver, Flash, Photoshop, Sublime, MailChimp, Notepad, um, and then Webflow, and just gonna keep going from there. Did I get something from? Hold on. I got something from Colleen. What? What did I do something? Okay. Cool. Let's see here. Other questions. But yeah, if you want to know more about me, that watch that video, or just keep coming back to the stream, and I'll answer as much as I can. Okay, cool. We got through the questions, right? Unanswered questions. Cool. All right. So if you have any sites for me to review, I see I have Keith. Been working on bcbeautytraining.co.uk. Any comments would be appreciated. Second website ever. Second website. Okay. Go on. Let's do this. All right. Here we go. Let's reload that. All right. My first thought. Okay. So beauty training. So makeup school. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing it's like a makeup artist training. That's my first thought. I don't know of this industry. I just know it is a huge industry. And I mean, there's many, many YouTuber makeup tutorials or something out there that just have millions of subscribers, like the one that my wife watches, Nikki Tutorials or something. So I'm guessing, yeah, this is a huge, a huge industry that your client is tapping into. Okay, so my first thought is I'm confused by this red dot. It feels very distracting to me because red to me means stop. Red means warning. Red means fire, anger. If you're in China, red means good luck. So, I mean, the red here is distracting. Like, I see this person's face first, and then I see this. And I'm confused because what is this? Is this part of their logo? Is this circle have anything to do with their branding, their logo, yeah. And I look here for their logo and I'm like, that circle has nothing to do with it. But you have red right here as the underline, and I'm guessing that's part of their logo. But that's just an accent color. And you're pulling out that accent color really big. Accent color is supposed to be like, just a one-off type of thing where it's like it shows up here and there. Like I see it being used here on these buttons. Cool, but this right here, I am so confused about. I mean, I don't know if gray would work because like they have black and gray. Yeah, they don't have many colors. I don't know where this green's coming from. If green's their color scheme, then okay. Would it be too much to change this to green and then the green's distracting? I don't know. If anything, make this a circle that's just an outline of a circle, not a filled in circle. Maybe you have multiple circles. Yeah. Multiple circles that are a stroke, like a border, a stroke, but not a filled in circle. And so you have multiple of those, like say 3, and they're different sizes. So that way it doesn't distract from this person. Okay? Cool. What else? I saw something pop up when I was going like this. Okay, it was that. Okay. All right. I like this. This is cool. the text is really close to the box. I would strongly add some padding, like not 10. Let's say 30, 20, 3 in top and bottom. Wait, oh, and you're using min and max height? No max height. So turn off max height on that, and the padding should be like 30 all around. And look how much more space visually. You don't want to have things getting too close to the edges of their bounding boxes. All right, how do I explain it? So, you need to have breathing room for the eyes. Okay, you don't want it to be like a newspaper where you're trying to use up as much space as possible. The reason why newspapers are so cramped with content is because, again, they have limited amount of space and they're trying to fit in as much as they can. For web design, you have almost an unlimited amount of space. So, like, look how much more space I have. All right, so 30 on all sides and remove the max height of 400. All right, so this is good. Uh-oh, look at this. The word courses is too close here. I think you're using max height for these. See, you're adding a pixel height. Don't do that. You're adding a pixel height. Don't do that. All right. And the reason why is because you'll never know how much content is in each box. Why is there a... Don't give it a height. Where is that coming from? Let me dock this. Where's that coming from? Why? Oh, your text wrapper. Look at... Your text wrapper has a height of 100 pixels. No, remove that. There we go. And you want to make them all... I see what you're trying to do. You want to make them all in the same line. So what you can do is... Okay, so you have SVG. That makes sense. And then you have that. And then inside of there, you have a div. So width and height. There we go. Why is it? Yeah, so what is going on here? What is going on here? So the text wrapper flex. Yeah, I mean, it might take me a while to like debug this, but see what I mean? You need to give more space. I'm feeling that there needs to be some sort of way to put a padding below here, so they're all the same padding of like 100. Now I need to fix it. It's getting to me. Text wrapper, padding top 100. Nope. That's not gonna do it. Why? And it's not working. I don't know why, but they need to be all on the same line. I know what you're trying to do, but yeah, you need to stay away from exact pixel measurements when it comes to heights and widths. All right, Colleen, if you can link my video about CSS widths and heights, that might help. What's your name? That might help. Keith. Yeah, that might help you, Keith. All right. Actually, let me go down the whole page. So that's just the first row. I mean, I'm not here to downplay any of your work. I'm just here to help. And so overall, it's nice and clean, but I'm just giving you these little tips to help you take it to the next step. Okay, it shows that you already know. I see you already know how to use Webflow, but now I want you to take another step. I want you to get that 1% better this month. Okay. not sure why you have at the top right here of each card where you have the image cut off right there. It'd be nice if it went all the way for each of your cards. Yeah, the red dots are not working. No, remove the red dots. Red dots, and it's blurry. I'm wondering, are you going for that, like what they put on the cheeks? What is it called, like blush or something? Is that what you're doing? Even blush isn't that red. I feel like it's more, if you say like opacity. In the makeup world, they don't say opacity. Can you imagine? Like, okay, I'm gonna make your blush opacity 0.05. But you know what I mean. Pull it back a little. It's getting distracting. All right. Yeah, it's getting distracting. But good job. Keep it up. And would like to see this site again next week if you make any changes. All right. Thank you, Keith. All right. Next one. Who has a site for me to review? Mohammed, we host videos on Amazon server, and we use that video link and embed it into code or video embed that. If you're hosting videos on Amazon, just take whatever code. If you can find an embed code from Amazon and put it into your Webflow site, that's what you can do. Or Google search HTML5 video tag, and that's the code you would add to Webflow. Sean, hey hey Nelson, hey Sean. Wondering if you have any tips on a web page, on getting a web page to load instantly. I would love if my portfolio site could load as fast as something like Pentagram. Is this possible? It's only half built, so it isn't published yet, but I was wondering if there's any general tips on getting a page with a lot of background images to load quick. Let's see here. Have you heard of Tiny JPEG or tinypng.com? So this is a free site that you can just click and drag or to upload your images. And there were times when I upload an image that's like a client gives me like a 5 megabyte image, and then I upload it here and it turns into 500 kilobytes. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So I strongly recommend Tiny JPEG or tinypng.com. Upload your images there before uploading it into Webflow. Okay? If you already have images uploaded to Webflow, upload them to here and then replace them inside of your Webflow project. That may help. If you have a lot of third-party plugins or things like, I don't know, like a chatbot, a analytics, or any of the extra code that you're adding to your project, see if you can use something to compress them. I don't know what, maybe like Google Tag Manager or something like that, but that may help. Let me look at Pentagram. I feel like they're a big company, right? I've heard this name before. Let's see, we're gonna work. Hold on, I just had a Silicon Valley moment where I'm like looking at this. Like, where's their next slide? There it goes. Whoa, they're doing okay. Yeah, see, they do the Saturday Night Live sequences. Yeah, they're huge. All right, hold on. Where's the? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about Silicon Valley, the show. Oh, don't do that. Please pause the slider. Watch, it's gonna happen. I don't see. This is why we don't use sliders. But then again, Pentagram can get through it, get away with it because they're a big company and they can do what they want. But like, I'm trying to look at this and make a joke, but then it advances. Anyways, what I was thinking about is like, it's like let's design a box. Anyways, I'm over the joke. It's over. Anyways, how to get a website loading as fast as Pentagram? Well, there's not many images, and plus I'm on a fast internet speed, so I mean, if inspect, is there a way to, I mean, it loads pretty quick, and plus everything's already cached. Yeah, yeah, see, look at all of their images, everything on this page right here. Ah, okay, I see. Look at it, the resources. Okay, so if I refresh, look at the resources. It's 1 meg, all right? And then if I go to next slide, it's 1.2, 7.5 because this is now video, 7.8. Yeah, so they really optimize their images. So optimize your images. Webflow already has a lazy loading. And if you don't know what that is, let me webflow.com. Webflow lazy loading. And so right here. So all images that you put into your Webflow project will automatically be set to lazy loading. What this means is the image will not actually load or download into the user's computer until they scroll to the point where that image is inside of the viewport. All right. So this is another way that Webflow automatically helps you optimize your website. Okay. So those are some of the tips I have. But yeah, good luck with it. Let's see here. Okay. Constantin, how to create a blog article view counter like this. I think I did a stream about that or a video. So yeah, there's not a way, not a real way to add a blog counter. Like how many blog posts are in my site. There's no way to do that inside of Webflow. You can do it with custom code, but it's only counting how many blogs are showing up on that page. Because I could do it like a JavaScript or jQuery thing. It's like jQuery.length, and that'll return the number of blog posts that I have on that page. But it won't tell me how many I actually have in the whole collection. All right. So there's not a way to do that. As far as likes counter, comments counter, I can only tell you likes. And the reason why is because, let me see here. Let me go to my community site. And I think I've done a likes counter. Let me see here. Let me go videos. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, so JetBoost. So in JetBoost, it has a way to do CMS item favoriting. And see live demo. So if I click on, I like this. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Or I can take this off. Now it's 2. So it's live updating how many likes or how many favorites. And you can do that through, you can do reactions too. Like, oh, I like that, like that, like that. So stuff like that. Store wish list. So yeah, you can do that, but you would need to use a third-party tool called JetBoost to make that happen. All right. Cool. Did I miss anything else? Let me go to live chat right now. Okay. I think that's it. Cool. Well, that was a fun, different type of stream. Explaining what to look for in a Webflow template, explaining how to edit them just by double clicking on stuff. If you're, again, new to fits your content and has a good layout. All right, and also has layouts that you can pick and choose from. And we've learned to go to some places that you can clone these templates for free. We went through some of your questions, and I also talked about time and space. What is it? I'm still wondering. If you want me to talk about the fourth dimension and how that confuses me all the time, I can go into that for the next 19 minutes. But yeah. What else? What else do you want me to answer for the next 19 minutes? And while I'm waiting for any other questions, let me know in the live chat. What is your next 1%? What are you going to do 1% better tomorrow? And then the next day, the next hour, maybe right after this stream. What is that 1% of, hey, you know what? I'm going to walk for 2 minutes. I'm going to check out a bunch of Webflow templates for 10 minutes. What is that 1% that you are doing today? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to learn more about Webflow, I am teaching a Webflow visual development class for graphic designers and marketers and anyone who wants to get into Webflow this year. If you go to pixelgeek.community/VDC. So I'm going to have a video here soon. I have to put it. But if you want to be part of the spring 2021 beginner class, put your name. Is my camera on? Hold on. Right there. So put your name and email address on this contact list and I'll send you more information. And it is a month-long course where I'm going to teach you the concepts of web design and how Webflow helps you learn those concepts. Okay, so taking these concepts of HTML and CSS, those fundamentals, that way, not only will you be good with Webflow, but also any other tool in the future in the no-code space, because you don't have to code, but you do have to understand the concepts. And how I like to teach is a way that's very honest, empathetic, and I use Lego bricks, Duplo bricks. I draw on my desk on a dry erase board or paper or whatever. I teach in a way that I would have liked to be taught web design in the past, and I always like to think about it as, is this a way I can teach kids how to utilize no-code tools so they can build something beautiful in the future? And so that's what I want to do for you. Pixelgeek.community/VDC. It's happening in February. I will, if you want to join it, join that. Let's see here. iDatus. Go into why you should not use templates. I already went into that. Oh, well, if you shouldn't use templates if your client is willing to start from scratch. If your client wants to start from a blank template and they're like, I have a clean slate, let's completely customize this. And I'm like, yeah, go for it. But for my clients, I offer like custom or semi-custom. And I learned this from Wondrous Agency. And so what they did was they tell their clients, okay, if you want a complete custom website, we're going to start from the content, then go to a sitemap, and then wireframe it, and then design it, then develop it inside Webflow, and then launch it. If you want semi-custom, then I'll look at your content, and then I'll choose 3 templates for you to that I suggest you buy, and then you purchase one of those, and then I will put your content inside of that and kind of manipulate it just a little so your site will your content will fit into that template. And so the custom obviously costs the full price. The semi-custom is cheaper and faster. So don't use templates if they want something super custom. Use templates if they want something cheap and fast. All right? All right. I don't see anything else new inside of the chat. Oh, Blaze is saying, but for now, lazy load only works with inline images, not background images. Thanks for catching me on that one, Blaze, and welcome. Welcome back. Yes. For background images, there is no lazy loading. I would suggest using tinypng, tinyjpeg.com to optimize your images. Michael says, I want to use ideal payments for Webflow, but still not possible. Yeah, if you're trying to sell things inside of Webflow like e-commerce in a country that Stripe does not yet support, then or is not available in, not support, Stripe is not available in that country that you're in, you'll need to use a different payment system. Oh, I did a video on Snipcart. So if you search my YouTube channel for Snipcart tutorial, they have different payment gateways. You can even have your own custom one. So check them out and use Snipcart instead of Webflow e-commerce if you still want to use e-commerce inside of Webflow but have a different payment. All right. Let's see here. Anything else? All right. That's about it. Where's my music? All right. Oh, I have to load everything here because I closed it. Oh, let's see here. Cool. Is that going? Oh, it is. Cool. All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I do these streams every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time because I want to help you all. I want to help you all grow that extra 1% each week. I keep my mind thinking about what Neil deGrasse Tyson said is have a mind-blowing moment each week, and that means you have to find something new. You have to achieve something new. You have to do something you haven't done before in order to achieve new heights. And all it takes is 1% each day. And if you think about it, if a human calendar year is around 365 days, you're not going to be 100% the whole year. So you're not going to do 1% every day. It's not possible because we're humans. We're flawed. We may just be like, you know, I'm too tired today. I cannot do this 1%. That's okay. But you could be up by 300% by the end of this year. All right? So 1% each day, and look back in December and be like, you know what? I'm up over 250% of what I tried to do at the beginning of the year because I did 1% each day. So small goals, not New Year's resolutions. That's what you should take out of this. I think that's it. Oh, Andrew is here. Hold on. I need to stop the music. Andrew, buddy, customer support at Webflow, fellow manager. Hello. What did you say? Also, if you plan on exporting a static site, it's not the best to start with the CMS template. Thank you for adding that, Andrew. Yes. You can export a Webflow template. Oh, and that's another thing people tend to get confused about. So thanks for bringing that up. If you're coming from like a WordPress background and you buy a template thinking, okay, I can just export this out of Webflow because I bought it inside of Webflow. No, you can't. When you're buying a Webflow template, you're buying a single use license to put it, to basically clone it into your Webflow account. If you want to export the code and the images and whatnot, you have to upgrade to a light account plan. All right, because that's the only way to export projects out of Webflow. So you're buying a single license to use inside of Webflow, not anywhere else. If you want to export, you have to upgrade your account plan as well. All right. If you're using a template that has CMS collections, a database inside of it, you cannot export out the CMS editor or any of the cool Webflow CMS features. You can only export out the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and images. Also, you can export the collection, the database information out of Webflow, but it'll come out as a CSV, a comma separated value file, which you can upload into Excel, Google Sheets, or Airtable, whatever. All right. So again, yeah, lots of information. Research this. Hopefully this video helps clear up some of those confusions. Okay. That's it. Thank you so much, Andrew, for bringing that up. Andrew, you're awesome. Hope you had a wonderful year, as well as everyone else in the live chat. If you're watching this on replay, thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. Probably you didn't. So I'm going to say if you did, go ahead and type in the word, let's see here. Type in the word, dang, I need a word. Mario Kart. I don't know. Type in the word Mario Kart in the comments so I know that you made it all the way to the end of this video. It probably won't happen, but it's okay. Just throw it out there. But thank you all so much for hanging out, geeking out with me. I will see you in the community if you want to join. It's pixelgeek.community. The visual dev course is happening next month, pixelgeek.community/VDC. Thank you all, and as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.
You know that I'm the queen of overthinking. It's like we're done before we even started. So if this is the end now, baby, know that I gave it my all. I believe in us. I won't give up on you. I will be holding on for life. Hope you believe in us. Please don't give up on me. At least give me a try. 'Cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that I've ever had. You're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing. 'Cause you're the As I'm walking to your place, I'm shaking. I am picturing the words in my mind. I cannot stand losing you. No, I will fight. 'Cause I believe in us. I won't